Testing, testing. Welcome to the Big O Money Show with me, Bill Altman, co-host Tony Shore here at the Premier Advisory Group Studios, 120th and Stonegate, right here in the Big O. Happy Sunday, everyone. Holy smokes. We're just getting into it, aren't we, Tony? We got T-Give coming up, T-Give Nation. That's Thanksgiving to me.
Yeah, T-Give Nation.
I love it. Yeah. Then we got Christmas. We got kids coming home from college. I'm pumped.
I bet you are. It'll be fun to have the whole family together again, won't it?
Yeah, and I think sounds like the feds are requesting Tony and I to come up and open that bad boy up. Tony and I play nice. Here's a Democrat and a Republican, and we play nice in the playground together. And can we please get these politicians to play nice together?
Oh,
Tony,
terrible.
What's going on?
Yeah, terrible. I don't think that outside politics, I agree, hey, there's issues with healthcare. Lord knows there's a problem with the Democrats' plan, and the Republicans haven't had a good plan or a replacement plan. They need to fix that, but not hold the government hostage for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, we've voted to open that baby a lot of times. Your party just won't do it, Tony.
You're gonna blame me.
The old freaking Schumer.
Oh,
Nancy in there, maybe. I don't know.
Nancy and Chuck aren't my people. I'll tell you that. They need to get with it. Or the Republican, just do this. And can you do both? Maybe, I don't know. They need to figure it out though, and they shouldn't be able to take a break until they do. I'm
100% there.
Lock them in the Capitol. They don't get paid. They should not be getting paid. They should not be getting all these breaks. Well, we have literally hundreds of thousands of federal employees. There's actually millions. I think it's 2 million federal employees that are being affected. This is crazy.
The bylaws should state if there's a government shutdown, the door's locked from the inside. You can't go out. The door's locked from the outside. You can't get out until it's fixed. And you're going to get your sleeping quarters and breakfast and lunch, and everybody's going to be fine. You can still breathe. Life is good, right?
Yeah.
Your palatial mansions there in DC. But you can't go on break. You can't I don't care when it is. I don't care if it's Thanksgiving. I don't care if it's Christmas or Easter. That's where you are. I guarantee that place has a chapel in it somewhere, right?
Right.
Go to the chapel. If you want to go pray, go there. If you can't miss your holy day of obligation, there you go. You're in, but you can't leave until it's settled. But the fact that it hurts so many people and so many businesses is there fraud around SNAP benefits? Well, of course there is. There's fraud around everything you do. Do we have the technology to probably fix that? Yes, we do. Can we get the 2 parties or 3 parties or whatever to agree on anything? No, because somebody needs to win. Yeah, and they need to win to prove their ego. That has nothing else to do with, in my opinion, that's just Bill speaking here. Yep. It's the ego.
Yeah, I would agree. And what I'm livid about is that they take breaks and they get paid. Well, all this is going on, and they should lock them in there until they figure it out. Say, you won't get paid or come out until you actually open up the government and come to, how about, I'm going to throw a word out there that I don't think has been seen or heard of in a while in Washington, D.C., and that's compromise. I agree you can compromise to the point it's detrimental to the country, but at the same time, you can make sacrifices. You don't have to die on a hill that's going to cause millions of people out there to go hungry or not get a paycheck. That's ridiculous, in my opinion.
That's ridiculous. Yep, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. Get it done. Make sure the people that really need it aren't being hurt. And the only way to do that is probably to open it up, right? Or at least continue benefits or do this or do that.
Right.
And then immediately fix the problem, fix the fraud, fix the whatever, the subsidies. Talk about subsidies. Geez, get me on a soapbox. I was going to talk about something else.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing. On November, no, Daddy here logged in on November 1st to healthcare.gov, right?
Yep.
And I wanted to see what my new premiums were going to be for the next year.
Ooh.
I already thought they were completely outrageously ridiculous, by the way.
Right.
Okay. Considering I still have a smaller network of providers to go to.
Yes.
It's not like I can go to CHI if I want to. My network is like the Methodist UNMC network because that's where the doctors were in that I went to. But then I had to eliminate a doctor who was in a CHI network. That's not cool. Is what it is.
No,
Not for
that's bad.
2,200 bones a month.
That's
2,200
crazy.
bucks a month plus like a $20,000 out of pocket max for my family of 5. So I mean, what's that number? We're talking what, almost $50,000 a year, basically for health insurance. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like okay,
Because you're your own employer, so you have to pay
that's
the employer part. You have to pay the employee. You're not getting an employer paying for part of your insurance.
yeah, it's tough, right? Because we have, different companies here, and it's not like it's just one where, we have all these employees under one umbrella and everybody's W-2'd from the same org. It's just a different kind of deal when you're a small business owners that are listening right now. You can fully relate to this. So basically we do
Right.
healthcare reimbursement, right? So if Andrew wants healthcare, Andrew can go find his own healthcare, go to Obamacare, jump on his wife's plan, do whatever he wants. I reimburse. Okay, we can do that. It's legal to do. It's on a little tax deal, whatever, call it what it is. Same thing with Justine. The list goes on and on. So we can do that. So as for myself, our family of 5, we have a pretty good health insurance plan, as I want them to be able to feel like they can use it without thinking that they're costing dad money, even though they are. But again,
Right.
hey, no offense to anybody, but girl math, a lot of times it's teenage girl math or my wife girl math, one of the two. But regardless, sometimes it's like, oh, we can't use it. We can't use it. You get the picture. Okay, fine. 3,600 a month now for 2026.
Jump to 36.
The same plan. 2,200 to $3,600. And I was not getting a subsidy, by the way. That's full rate premium. So I'm not saying, hey, it was 22 because I was getting the subsidy and they're taking the subsidies away. Nope, I wasn't getting a subsidy before.
No.
So a lot of people are out there saying, oh, it's all because the subsidies are gone and that's why the rates are going up. Nope, I wasn't getting one. They went up anyway. Yeah. That much, 22 to 36.
Health insurance rates went up exponentially across the board.
So what's that, like 45 G's a year or something like that? I'm going to round off $45,000 per year for health insurance for my family of 5, plus a large out-of-pocket deductible. Or not a large out-of-pocket max. Deductible is pretty low, like $4,000 actually. That's why I chose it. Once again, I want them to use it, knowing that, deductible's already been met for the year. Make sure you're doing your thing. Go to get your checkups, get your whatevers, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they may not turn off the light in the kitchen, but they'll make sure certain things are, yeah. So that's it. So does it need to be fixed? Absolutely. Do we probably provide way too many subsidies for people that probably shouldn't get them? Probably. I'm going to tell you, your income does not have to be really low to get a subsidy.
No.
There are people in 6-figure incomes getting subsidies. Yeah, there are people with multi-million-dollar portfolios, substantial assets. I know this personally. I know these people, and it's nothing wrong with them. By the way, they're just going by the book. They're entering their income. They're answering the questions is all they're doing. And it spits out, Mr. Jones, you get 100% of your health insurance paid. And Mr. Jones is like, sweet, I'm going to add to my fortune. Right?
Yep.
But is that really right? Because Mr. Jones can pay for that health insurance with a couple pennies of the interest that he makes every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
That's, it is interesting. And I think that, it's just the healthcare system's a mess, and I'm hearing this from everybody. Everyone's healthcare costs have gone up exponentially, or are going up exponentially this year.
Right.
And so it needs to be fixed. It's a huge problem, and people are upset all over the place. And, some people just simply can't afford the increases, so they're not going to either stay with the plans they need or be properly insured, and we don't want that either. So I'm not saying I have the answer. Believe me, it's a complex problem that stems from healthcare costs in general, pharmaceutical costs, the health insurance industry, hospitals. it's across the board issues, and the government has muddied it up, and they haven't helped the situation over the years with the laws and things they've tried to do. They've made it worse and overcomplicated it, and made loopholes that are being taken advantage of by certain companies. And so, it's really not good the way health insurance works in this country. I wish they could fix it.
No, and why did it have to go to the extreme that it went to in the first place? Why did it have to be redone for everybody? Prior to the Affordable Care Act, Nebraska had a program called CHIPS. It was Comprehensive Health Insurance Pool, I believe. And it was for people like my mom, who's had rheumatoid arthritis since age 15 or 16 years old, right? And my mom's now 70, will be 74 years old here pretty soon. And her insurance, as we were growing up as a family, and my dad was always built, either had apartment complexes. He was in our business for a very long time. That's what he retired from. But he had all kinds of things always going on. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so for us, for the kids, right, for the how many siblings do I have? 3, 4, there's 6 of us. Okay, fine. For the 5 of us. Math.
You've lost track.
That was never my strong suit. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah.
So
you were making fun of girl math earlier. Oh my goodness.
well, it's a different kind of math, Tony.
Yeah.
We'll never get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a hard one to get. Yeah.
It is.
So, yeah,
it's worse than new math. When they came out with new math, it's like, wait, new math?
Yeah,
math is math, isn't it? Yeah. No, there's girl math. There's new math. There's
lots of math.
I forgot how many siblings I have math. I mean, it's across the board issue.
I mean, right. So regardless, the 5 of us, my dad and the 4 kids, always had their own plan that we would sign up for, and they would underwrite, and everybody could get underwritten, no biggie. And my mom had her separate plan. Mm-hmm. And it was basically kind of through the state of Nebraska. Now, insurance company, it was under an insurance company, like a Blue Cross or a United or something, right? But the state was really paid. Now, her premiums were a lot more, right? And my dad's income was higher, so I don't think there's a lot of subsidy stuff. But that's been going on forever and ever and ever. The subsidy side, and subsidies aren't Medicaid. It doesn't mean you're poor. It's just you have a range of income, kind of like homestead exemption. It doesn't mean you're poor. It just means your income is below a certain level, or your taxable income, I should say, is below a certain level, and you qualify for a reduction in your property taxes or your health insurance premiums or whatever it may be. But it's not asset driven, right? And it's not distributions from your Roth IRA. So people say, well, I have all this Roth IRA money I'm going to take from that. Well, your taxable income is going to be down there. Most likely, Johnny, you're going to qualify for homestead exemption. Johnny's like, well, geez, worth about $10 million. Got that big farm out there. Got a nice big, Roth IRA account, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, Johnny, but your taxable income is way down here. So you don't have to pay property taxes, or it's reduced, or whatever the situation is, right?
Sure.
So that's kind of the way that piece works. It's always been around. Why did we have to revamp it for everybody else too? Why did we have to why couldn't we just really fix that issue? I don't know. And I don't know the answer. That's probably why, they're going to pick us up in the PJ. We're going to head out to Washington. Tony and I are going to fix this problem.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Vote Tony Shore for Congress.
Well, I know we could get the government open. I know we could do better than they've done at that, because we wouldn't take a week-long break in the middle of it.
No.
We would stay there and fix it and hammer it out.
Yeah, that's right. Talk like men.
Yeah.
Yeah, over a bottle of whiskey and a cigar.
We would do some adulting, and I know for these Congress people, stop their paychecks. They've got their sideline funds. The lobbyists, they don't need. I don't understand why they're still getting paid. If they need money, go to the lobbyists like you usually do and take your kickbacks. And the politicians, I'm not too happy with in Washington right now. Any of them on any side of the aisle. So.
No, and I don't think anybody is. So let's move forward.
Yes. Yeah, I know it's tough. The government shutdown, though, I want to say to any federal employees listening out there,
anybody being affected. And it's not just the government employees that are being effective. How about the people that have to travel or have to get coast to coast for a funeral or something like that? And air traffic control, people are, it's short staffed or whatever the situation is.
VA benefits or checks you're waiting on from the government or, to file. Now they keep Social Security going, but it has affected, it's starting to affect all of us.
Right? Well, they'll probably start robbing from it again. No biggie. Pennies. We talked about pennies last week on the show. Who all likes Burger King, by the way? Me, Whopper with cheese, no pickles, onion rings,
the original
zesty sauce, and another side of honey mustard, please. I'll take that. And
wow, you've got a specific Burger King order. I like the original chicken sandwich. The oblong one. It's kind of longer.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So I bring the BK up because they brace for the demise of the penny.
Oh,
and regardless, there's not a shortage of pennies out there. It's just It's just they're held in circulation, actually.
Sure.
Okay. And so there's 250 billion pennies. That's billion with a B, in circulation, but they have been in localized supply chains, and there's localized supply issues with them, right? So we have 165 Federal Reserve coin terminal facilities where coins are distributed and deposited, and they have stopped penny transactions.
Wow.
So there's a choke point. There's a choke point.
Burger King isn't going to take pennies anymore.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what we're going to do, Tony.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do. I was going to see how much 250 billion pennies were worth.
A lot.
Yeah. A lot. Just a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
It sure does. How many zeros is that? Billion. So that would be 250 million. I got to add 3 more zeros. I'm going to do it right now.
Oh my gosh. While Tony's doing that, we have the U.S. Federal Reserve and the Bank of England are nearing we're believing are nearing the end of their rate cutting cycles. So the U.S., we believe, might hang on for a little bit longer. However, like the Bank of England said, it'll be a tight decision. Australia, Sweden, and Norway all left rates unchanged this past week. Okay, so again, we're kind of getting down. How long, Tony? I mean, for how many years on this show have we been talking about a normalized treasury of about 4%?
Yep.
And lo and behold, it's about there. Wow. I mean, we're right there. Like 4.04, I saw it land in yesterday, right in that neighborhood.
So that's basically normal. That's our baseline, right?
Yeah, that's our baseline. Yep. So, from everything I've read and studied, that seems like the consensus.
Sure.
For a baseline, it seems like a healthy number.
Yeah.
That's where inflation kind of runs right at that 2-ish. And 10-year treasuries right about that 4-ish. So we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see how that works. So pennies, save your pennies or bring them to Bill. Bill will save your pennies for you in my Coke jar, as we talked.
You're saving the pennies. You're saving the change. I have a lot of change too in one of those giant Coke bottle banks.
Well, that's probably where all of our pennies are. It's Tony Shore's fault. You go to your local Burger King, Tony, and I want you to buy your next Whopper with that jar of pennies.
Go in there and try to buy it with pennies. And
just unload it on. Yeah. Back in the day, they would frown upon that. Now the banks are like, oh, you have pennies? I'll take it.
Yeah.
You want to pay for that car in pennies?
I think pretty soon they're just going to start rounding all the businesses and not deal with pennies. So,
have we talked about taxes yet?
No.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Gosh. Oh, boy. Okay. For all you that have continued listening through our banter here this morning.
Yeah.
Colorful banter, I should say. We're looking to add a team member here at Premier. And it would be a tax accountant, could be a CPA, someone to work alongside Julie, someone to work for Julie. It could be a more of a part-time or limited hours. It could be full-time. Okay, so we're on our side, we're flexible. We do need, our tax business has grown very well. Brett and Julie do a phenomenal job, but we want to get to a point where we can definitely service more, and we can make sure that on the Julie and Brett side, that those business, they're just so darn smart. The business side of it, and of course on the individual side, they're so good. But can we get someone that can really support her, someone that can be with our team, someone here in our office that can really start taking a lead on certain things? That's what we're looking for, Tony. So if you're someone that is looking for more, maybe kind of like tax seasonal, I'm going to say seasonal, but the tax season, right? That type of work, or you're someone that's looking for more of an everyday deal, but maybe it's more part-time or limited hours. You want to make sure you're there to pick up kids and take kids to school, and you have that kind of flexibility throughout. Or you're retired, but you still want something to do, but you have familiarity with this topic, right? This situation, the tax world. You've prepared returns. You know what you're talking about. That's who we're looking for. And then someone that fits into our culture. So our culture is very important. Like you talked about, Billy Hancock. Billy Hancock's back for the week, by the way. She was back for the week this past week. Fantastic. She wouldn't come on air with us today, though. We were, it is what it is.
I asked Justine, the new person that's replacing Billy. She's actually up here in the Gradient offices by the studio in the beautiful Metroplex here in downtown Arden Hills. But she is in a meeting, and she didn't want to duck out of that meeting. I was going to have her come on as well, but Billy and Justine are not. They don't want to be on the show. Bill, I think is
not yet. Yeah. So Billy has been on in the past, one or two times, but it's been a while. Yeah, I don't blame her though. Yeah.
So we'll get Justine on here though, so people can meet her and get to know her, right?
And Billy has a face for TV, not radio. Where Tony and I are, even though we are now on video with these, I do apologize to all of you. You probably if I were you, put something over the screen so you can't see us. You want to still listen. Regardless, so Billy's awesome. So Billy retired August 20th, I believe it was. And then we had her great, big, huge going away party, which was fantastic. Our parking lot party with live band, couple hundred people plus here at the office. Fantastic party. But Billy said, anytime you need someone to come fill in or something, if Justine's gone, sick, vacation, whatever, let me know. And so I called Billy. I said, hey, what do you think? That first week of November. And she's like, I love it. I'm in. I'm going to tell you, I walked in here that morning. She's sitting at that front desk, man, like she never left.
That's awesome.
Full ownership. And I'm going to tell you, she's still the only person that has her own designated parking spot at Premier.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you too are listening and you would like your own dedicated parking spot at Premier next to Billy Hancock's, give us a call talking about tax. We're looking for that tax, that accountant, that bookkeeper, that CPA, that's someone that can be that support to Julie, get returns cranked out, meet with clients, someone that likes people, wants to interact with the office, all of that kind of fun stuff, right?
Yeah,
so give us a call.
Julie's great to work with too, so that's fun. You have a great team,
the best.
The whole team there at the Premier
I'm blessed.
Advisory Group.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, and our clients are blessed, and I'm so happy about that. So thank you for that, by the way. It's awesome. Yeah. Reach out to us, 402-557-6730. Once again, 402-557-6730. You can always go to bigomoney.com. bigomoney.com. Fun website. You can log in. You can create your own generational vault account up there in top right hand corner. You'll see a login. You'll see events. We don't do a whole lot of public events, but if they're up there, if we're doing them, they're going to be up there. And then for this next year, Tony, we're going to put out a whole menu full of events that we're doing. We'll do these events on a pretty frequent basis. It'll be first come, first serve. You can sign up. You'll have a portal on the web, or you can call us up. We'll get you signed up. Sometimes they'll be limited to 20 or 30 people.
Sure.
When we say events, we're not talking about some financial seminar where you kind of sit there and listen to a PowerPoint or watch a PowerPoint and then eat and blah. We're talking about more fun stuff. Like we're gonna get people in, teach us how to make bread, and teach us about the cocktail business, and teach us about all kinds of fun stuff. It's gonna be neat, right? So it's a real good client interaction piece. And if you want to learn more about us, again, bigomoney.com, or give us a call, 402-557-6730.
All right. Great show today, Bill. Listeners and viewers, that does it for today's episode of the Big O Money Show with our host, Bill Altman.